Guys, if you're like me, most people are rushed to be able to fix a quick dinner. What I'm going to do is just show you a simple way to cook some salmon and have a nice quick dinner. And it's easy to do. Anybody can do this. And what I've done here is simply get a non-stick skillet, and I'm coating it with a little bit of oil. Olive oil is going to be your best choice for this. And we are going to let that get good and hot, and then we're going to add our salmon. And you can see on the stove here the current time as I'm starting this, and that way we'll kind of give you a real-time estimate of how long it takes for this particular recipe. Now that the skillet is good and hot, I'm simply going to take my salmon, lay it into the oil. You want to listen for that sizzle. If you don't hear the sizzle, then your skillet is not hot enough and your salmon will end up sticking. So you want to make sure that you have that skillet good and hot before you put your salmon in there. Again, here's our second piece of salmon going down. And you want to leave it there. You don't want to be turning this multiple times. It should only take one turn of this salmon for it to be cooked. And now what we're going to do is to add a little bit of seasoning, and it's very simple. We're just going to add just a little bit of salt, not much at all. We are also going to be adding just a little bit of pepper, very, very lightly. You can add a little more if you would like, but you really don't need much seasoning on good salmon. I'm also going to be adding just a little bit of lemon pepper, and you do not want to overdo it with this stuff. It is very stout and it can overpower you if you add too much. So just a dash on each of those. Just going to kind of rub that around a little bit. You can do this prior to putting them in the skillet, but no big deal as far as doing it like this. And just a very light dash of garlic. Now some people may or may not like this. Something that I do like just a little bit of a garlic on this, but not much at all. The last thing I'm going to be adding is what is known as farm dust. This is something that we have in this area. We have a lot of Amish in this area, and this is actually something we get from a local Amish store. This is the spicy farm dust. And it is a great seasoning. I'm telling you, this stuff is one of my favorite seasonings that you can buy. It goes great on virtually anything. Real good on fish, real good on chicken. And again, like I say, it does not take a lot on here. Just a slight dash on each piece of the salmon, just like that. And we're going to let those sit there and cook for a few minutes, and then we will turn them over. And you'll notice our time now. We're just less than 10 minutes in on this, and each side of the salmon should only take just a few minutes to cook properly. You see how that the salmon is turning, and that is a good indication that the side which is down is done. And what we're going to do is simply flip it over just like this, and you can see how that it is not overly done at all. You do not want to overcook salmon. And we are also going to get our other piece here, just like that. Flip it over and cook the other side as well. And again, it does not take very long to cook this salmon at all. On the bottom side of this, I'm just going to give it a light dash of lemon pepper again. Now, like I say, that's something you want to go very light on this stuff. And especially if you apply it to both sides, make it a very light touch on both sides, because you do not want it to overpower you. And again, the same with the salt as well as the other seasonings. I'm not even going to go as much on this side as I did previously on the other side, and that's one of the reasons why I like to keep it light on each side. That way you kind of get some of the seasonings on the salmon on both sides, and it kind of helps make the flavors a little more even. So make it very light on your seasoning Again, a little bit just of the spicy farm dust, not much at all. You can see there, just very, very light touch. And it really adds to the flavor of the salmon. Just a very light touch there, and we're going to let that set for just a few minutes, and it will be ready to take up. What we're going to have to go with this is a baked potato. We're simply going to pop this in the microwave for about 5 minutes, and about the time the salmon comes up, our potato will be ready. Alright guys, our salmon is ready, and we're going to set it on our plate here with our potato, and we'll put just a little bit of butter as well as some salt and pepper on our potato. This goes good also with rice, some mixed vegetables, that sort of thing, but this is just going to be a quick little meal, quick little lunch that I'm making here. And you can see the time on our clock. It is, we started at 2:45, it is now 3:03, so you can see that this is a very quick meal and a very simple recipe for this. Now, it's a great way to serve supper if you're like us, you work and you don't want to spend a lot of time cooking. Then this recipe is something very simple, and trust me, it is very good if you are someone who enjoys salmon, and it's just a great little recipe. You can see here how good that looks. And guys, I would appreciate it if you would check out the links down in the description. This YouTube channel is not monetized, but I will put some links down in the description if you will check those links to some of the spices and that sort of thing to Amazon. That way the video can earn just a little bit of a commission. And anyways guys, if you like the recipe, let me hear from you. Again, I am not a professional cook. This is just a simple recipe that I do for us that is a great way to not spend a lot of time cooking, but at the same time have a good meal. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my other videos, and we'll see you next time.